Okay, so in this video, I want to fix an issue where multiple clients, sorry about the sound, multiple clients, so if I come over here and go down, this guy can revive while this guy can also see it being revived. So it's kind of hard to test with two, but basically multiple players can revive the same person. Yeah, that's just kind of what I'm getting at. So we want to try to resolve that. So we have a fix kind of in place. Let's actually remove that include, it's not needed. A fix kind of in place for other systems, specifically the barricade. So let's head to our interact logic on the pawn. Yeah, here we are. And let's also look at the interact logic for the barricade because they're going to be quite similar. So basically, we have a handle interaction or held interaction stopped, a held interaction started, and that kind of stuff. And basically what we're doing is restoring the interacting actor. Then once the interaction has stopped, we go ahead and we clear it. And that interacting actor is used in, well, in this case, the can interact, I guess, and does have a broken board. So let's see here. Oh, yeah, that's right. We have a separate fix for the can interact because we want the message to be there. But in my case, I don't want them, the revive message to show at all if someone else is reviving that player. So what we want to do is we want to override some of those functions. So we want to override specifically the held interaction started and stopped because this is technically a held interaction. So let's override the held interaction started and held interaction stopped. Create our definitions. And we want to be, first off, go ahead and store the interacting actor. So if has authority, let's go ahead and make a new pointer in the header. We want to basically have a pointer that says, hey, this person is reviving me. Essentially, that's kind of all it's supposed to do. So we'll do that up here, U property. We'll make it, we'll just make it replicated. We'll do a T object pointer, do a actor, and we'll call it the reviving actor. So let's go ahead and put this in our get lifetime replicated props. I guess that's kind of a good thing that this is the only property we've added to our pawn that is replicated so far. So do rep lifetime with params fast, a SKG pawn, reviving actor, and I always call it params. So F do rep lifetime params dot push base blah blah blah. Same thing we've done. I don't know how many times so far. Then just make sure we include net Unreal Network.h, and because we're using the push model, we need net core push model.h as well. Then once we have that, actually this belongs up here. Anything else? No. So once we have that, we are ready to begin. So let's head over to our held interaction started, and we're going to set reviving actor to equal the interacting actor. Then on held interaction stopped, if has authority, we want to set the reviving actor to equal a null pointer. And then in both cases, we want to go ahead and mark property dirty from name, a SKG pawn, reviving actor, and this for the object. So that way it'll be marked as dirty, so it can be processed for replication the next go around. So once we have that, we need to look at our can interact. So for starters, if they do have this down tag, that's the first stage, but also we can kind of bypass this entirely. So if the reviving actor is valid, we just don't want to do anything. So if it is invalid, then we know that no one's reviving them. So we can check this here. So if someone is already reviving them, it's just going to jump right from here straight to return false, bypassing it all. So that should take care of that. So let's give it a try. so we can recompile, relaunch, and see where we're at. Okay, so apparently I lied. We actually do need the include for the game mode. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and include again the game framework, game mode base.h, and I'm going to move these up here as well. Yeah, so now that we have that, then we should be good to go. Okay, let's give it another try. Prepare for loud noise. And we'll just, actually, no, I want this guy to go down. So go ahead and go down. So he can see a revive. Okay, so we're still getting the revive. Oh, and he's dead. So the way we can test this is going to be, let's see, that's in, trying to think of where I'm at. We need the interact ability. And go down to our input released, which simply clean up the held interaction, which does, okay, that stuff. So we're going to run that, or comment that out, so that way we can actually more so thoroughly test. So this is going to be a pretty quick tab over that we're going to have to do, but hopefully we can kind of time it right. So in theory, I thought I removed the message, but I didn't. But we should have it to where we don't, so we can see the message, but we can't actually revive the other player, if that makes sense. Okay, so this guy will go down. So let's go down. So press and hold F. And yeah, so the guy over here, I was pressing and holding F. Nothing would happen, so it wouldn't allow it. So one thing we can do, and this kind of depends on whether or not you actually want the message, is very similar to what we did right here. So we can wrap this in a reviving check and do that. So now, whenever the player is being revived, the option / message to revive them is just going to be gone. So that is one way to handle it. So now let's give this another try. So I'll go down. Actually, I'll go down here in a second. So we're going down, press and hold F, and you can see it went away from the other player. And that's what I wanted. So that's how you can accomplish that with this setup. So it makes it pretty simple to do, a couple varieties of different interactions kind of based upon what you want. But regardless, I just wanted to go ahead and get that out of the way so that way we can move forward. So our revive system, for the most part, at least as far as I can think, is pretty much done. We still need our health regeneration and stamina regeneration, but those are kind of, I guess, unrelated. We have the basics of a spectator system in. However, we'll probably do that later, but I would like to implement a next and previous spectate option. But again, that'll be later. So with that out of the way, I will see you in the next video. If you like what I'm doing and you want to help support me, you can find a link to my Patreon in the description below, where you can also get early access to this entire series.